Recording option? Yes, no. Now it's recording, right?
Yes, it's starting.
Right. So what we are discussing here, what's the targeted areas we are going to cover through this subject. So we are here to learn audit and assurance, right? Our subject is audit and assurance. Audit and assurance is the subject. So you all can see two subject areas are there. Audit and assurance. Is that the same words or different set of words? Is that the same word or different words? Audit and assurance. I hope you know that. Audit and assurance. Here we have the here we have the subject content. We have 7 topics, right? 7 topics here, and we are focusing about each and every area. Before that, actually, we want to know the right. These are the basic areas. Before that, we need to know the content of the subject, right? Audit and assurance. Audit and assurance, we have 7 topics. We can derive, we can elaborate this course around 14 topics, not more than that. So for the sake of having kind of a work allocation throughout the degree, we have given a kind of 7 areas. Otherwise, this is a one subject, one lesson, one chapter. So the audit is a subject, we have to learn kind of a process, right? Right. Audit and assurance. Audit and assurance. Actually, audit විතරක් කියන්නේ. Assurance කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? අපි audit firms කියලා දැන් හිතලා තියෙනවා. We are not saying assurance firm. We are not saying that we are going assurance firm. We are going audit firms, right? So, what is that? What's the difference between audit and assurance? Definitely, it's a two things. That's why it's containing the syllabus title, right? Subject title. Audit and assurance. What it means to you? Have you kind of understanding about that? What's the hidden? Audit can make it, assurance can make it. What do you think? Still, topic එක දැනගන්න එපා subject එකේ HR management නම් තේරෙනවා subject එකෙන් බලන්න. It's the management of HR, human resource. Cost management, it's easy. We are going to manage the cost. Very easy, right? Through the subject title, we can have kind of understanding. Here, what is that? Confusion is there. Is that the same words What's the content? Audit is that assurance, assurance that audit. No, they have. And he said, just thought. He said, audit is the process and assurance is the result. Not.
Audit is the testing of a process or testing of a subject matter. And the assurance is that certification that we are giving on that subject matter. Depends on the level of quality of that subject.
Yeah.
The assurance.
Through audit, are you going to do assurance?
Sorry?
Through audits, you are going to do assurance?
Yes.
Correct. So that's the to 80% correct answer. Good. You know that, right? Audit also assurance. Audit also assurance. Assurance is kind of a large, concept. It's a large concept. Assurance. Right? Audit is also part of an assurance. Right? Through auditing, we are giving assurance. Right? More than audits, we have some other engagement to give assurance. Audit is the common assurance engagement we are doing. In an audit firm, 95% are audits. Other assurance are very limited. Right? Assurance in audit firm, in audit firm, in audit firm, in audit firm, we may have assurance services and non-assurance services. Once you are doing auditing, once you are going audit training, you may have assurance services and non-assurance services. Assurance services can be divided audits and non-audit. Non-audit in the sense lower level assurance. Lower level assurance. Right? Audit and lower level assurance. So then what are the non-audit services? Like AUP, compilation, AUP means agreed upon procedures, right? Compilation is kind of a, doing kind of a outsource service, preparing financial statement, preparing bank reconciliation likewise. So we are not issuing any assurance, right? In audit firm, we have assurance services, audits. Audit can be divided into different bases. It may be specific audit. It may be specific audit engagement. It may be statutory audit engagement. Statutory audit engagement. Right? So the audit engagement and then non-audit. Non-audit in the sense assurance engagement, we are issuing lower level assurance, not high level assurance. Lower level assurance. But an example here, review engagement. Review engagement and prospective financial statement. Prospective financial statement. So the futuristic financial statement. Budgeted financial statement. We are issuing opinion for futuristic financial statement. For these things, we are issuing lower level assurance. Lower level assurance. High level assurance, lower level assurance. What it means to you? Lower level assurance, high level assurance, certificate. Hundred percent means it's a certificate level. Degree you are getting a degree certificate, right? So that whether you have achieved first class, second upper, or general degree, you are getting a certificate, right? Is there a doubt about that? Is there a kind of a vague statement? So we are issuing a degree. You may have a qualification of degree. Is there a kind of a statement like that? No. It's a kind of a firm fixed certificate. Once you are participating for a game or kind of a competition, if you are the winner, there's no doubt about that. You are the winner. That's why we are getting a certificate, right? It's a 100% assurance. 100% assurance. Absolute opinion. Right? But to auditing, to assurance engagement, we are not going to touch upon this level. We are not issuing any certificates. Right? So the more than less than that, we are issuing what? We are issuing assurance. Assurance here, high level assurance. High level assurance. And then we may have low level assurance. Low level assurance as well. What it means to you, assurance? According to my opinion, is true and fair being. It depends. According to my opinion, it's true and fair. So it may be wrong. According to your opinion, it may. We are showing assurance, high level assurance. What do you mean by low level assurance? Low level assurance. So low level assurance, we are not giving that kind of a comfort. We are saying that nothing has come to our mind to say that any statements are there. Nothing has come to our mind to say that. It's a kind of a lower statement. It's there and that. I have a assurance app. I have a certificate. You need a degree certificate. Why? To get a job, to apply for new business, apply for job interview, foreign opportunities. You want to have a certificate, right? You have to ensure to a third party about you. Third party about you. They are not trusting about you. We can't give our capabilities, skills to a just an interview. We want to have some certificates like that. Why we need this assurance? Assurance on the maintain. So what are the areas we are touching upon assurance? So we trust upon assurance. Otherwise, we can't take a decision. Right? Once you are getting married, once you are searching your life partner, what කොහෙනවනේ? ගෙදර මිනිස්සුත් කොහෙනවනේ? වා කොහෙද බලනවා යා හොඳ කෙනෙක්ද? එම් කියලා බලනවනේ. So Are we asking from that person, are you a good person or not? So can you get genuine answer for that? Always he will say that, yes, I am good. Right? So then there's a requirement to ask that from a third party. So then you can talk to her or his friend or to some other colleague, some other relation. So we are asking about how about that person? Is he kind of a good person, responsible, or so what? How about the character? Right? You are asking, right, to get a decision. You are getting some assurance from a third party about some person. Take a decision. Likewise, in the business world, in the commercial world, we have kind of we are doing businesses and we have agency relationship. The ownership and the management of the company has separated according to the expansion of the businesses, right? And then we have many stakeholders. These stakeholders want to get assurance about the management results. Management is the person who are managing the business, right? So then once they are managing the business, so they are conducting their business, right? So then end of the day, we are having results. So that results, financial statement, may be prepared by the same person, right? Same person, same management. So then they can show a bogus picture. They can show kind of a positive picture. If it is so, there's a requirement to get an independent assurance. So the management prepare a financial statement. So then we can just send that financial statement to stakeholders. So it's an unaudited financial statement. Unaudited financial statement. Are you ready to take decision through the unaudited financial statement? No. We don't trust upon that. Why? That was done by the people who did the job. Mama hadapu de, mama karapu de, mama waliyana de nawana. දැන් ඔයා ඩිග්‍රී එකක් කරන්නේ ඔයා සර්ටිෆිකේට් එක ලියන්න පුළුවන්. බෑ. සර්ටිෆිකේට් දෙන්න ඕන සර්ටිෆිකේට්. ඔයාට සර්ටිෆිකේට් එක ලියලා ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒක ඕන. සර්ටිෆිකේට් ලෝගෝ එක දාලා සර්ටිෆිකේට් එක ගන්න. මදයක් දෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේ. ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම කරලා සර්වයිව් වෙන්න බෑ. Right? So then you want a kind of independent party to get certified that. Get assurance over there. So then, there's a requirement of auditing. As auditor, we are getting services. So the management requests to conduct the audit and releasing the assurance report, right? So that is the basic requirement of an assurance engagement. So then, based on the level of assurance, we can divide into high-level assurance or low-level assurance. What it means to you? Here we discuss about assurance. Now we are discussing about high-level assurance and low-level assurance. Still I am discussing about the what? Still I am discussing about the content of the subject and the name of the subject, right? So these things will be discussed in detail once we are discussing the core concept. So then, high-level assurance and low-level assurance. High-level assurance. What are you going to say? So I don't want to give a certificate about him. Why? You can't give a certificate to a person about his character. Right? You are telling, yes, I know about him. He's a good person. So then he's working well. He has this kind of qualifications. His family background also good. So I assume that, according to my view, he's good. You feel that it's a kind of high level assurance, but not a certificate. ඔයාගේ තව යාළුවෙක් ගන්නවා. එයා හොඳයිද කියලා. So then you don't know about that person much. Lecture එකට ආවා, ඉස්සරහා වාඩි වුණා, ගියා. වැඩි දන්නේ කතා කරලත් නැහැ. You feel not that much comfortable, but you can say he came to classes, it looks good, right? So what you are going to say now? So he's a good person, I assume. I don't know exactly, but he looks okay. He participated for lectures, he did presentation well. I hope that he's a good person. So it's a kind of a low-level assurance, right? Low-level assurance. So then we have high-level assurance and low-level assurance. High-level assurance and low-level assurance. Low-level assurance may be issued based on the requirement. High-level assurance may be issued based on the requirement. So you can think for low-level assurance, maybe procedures may be very low, right? Very limited procedures. We don't want to give high-level comfort, right? Very limited scope, limited responsibility. For high-level assurance, we have a high responsibility. So now we have a kind of a basic understanding about certificate, high-level assurance, low-level assurance. Why we are not issuing a certificate as auditor? Why we are not going to issue absolute opinion as auditor? As a reason.
We are not going to take 100%.
That's it. That's the exact answer. We are doing auditing based on sample. We are doing sample based. We have a sampling gap, right? So based on that, we are doing risk-based auditing. Based on the sample, we are issuing the audit opinion. We are not going to check 100%. That's why we are issuing a high-level assurance, right? So that's about that. So then, once you are coming to subject topic. So I have a picture in my first slide. That is that. This is about the subject. Snapshot, you can understand what it is. Audit and assurance. Audit is a part of assurance. Assurance can be divided into different bases. High-level assurance, low-level assurance. You may have different assurance engagement according to the requirement. As auditor, you can issue high-level assurance, low-level assurance, but not certificate because we are doing sample-based audit. So that's the basic understanding you should have. Audits may be divided into different categories. There may be statutory audit, specific audits, kind of a special purpose audits. What it means? Audits can be divided into different audits. Statutory audit is a statutory requirement. Annual audit is a statutory requirement. But there may be special purpose audit. What it means to you? There may be audit for, the kind of a different statement.
Mergers and acquisition. Mergers and acquisition.
Mergers and acquisition. Mergers and acquisition, normally, we are having an acquisition or merger, we do it due diligence. Due diligence, kind of a reviewing it. Once we are having kind of a special purpose, let's say we have a bank loan, and they have financial covenants. Financial covenants in the sense, so in the loan agreement, there may be, different financial ratios we have to comply with. Let's say 10 ratios we have to comply with, right? So what they want to know, have we complied with that? So then annual financial statement is there, but we can't, calculate these things. Banks want to get a certain kind of assurance about that covenant. It's a special purpose of it. Special purpose of it. In an assurance engagement, again, new knowledge fact. While I'm discussing about the subject, right? Audit and assurance. Based on that, so I'm giving kind of a basic background, right? So I told that what's the first knowledge fact? Audit is also assurance. Assurance is a kind of a large concept. That's the first thing. Okay. Assurance can be divided into two: high level assurance and low level assurance. So that's the second fact. And then, if there's an assurance engagement, there are common elements, features of assurance engagement. That's the third fact I'm going to discuss here. What is that? If there's assurance engagement, definitely we should have, but it should be a tri-party agreement. And then there should be a subject matter. Subject matter. And then there should be a criteria range. Or framework. Then we have to gather evidence, and then we have to issue a report. These are the main elements of assurance engagement. Whatever the outcome you are giving, you have to relate to these 5 areas. There should be a tri-party agreement. Parties do not get on that assurance agreement. So, who are the tri-parties? Practitioner, auditor,
Management.
management, correct? Management, shareholders, correct? Shareholders plus stakeholders. Stakeholders may be Inland Revenue Department or whatever the banks, creditors, right? These are the five parties. Management who are doing the financial statement, so they are sending it to the auditor, he is issuing the assurance engagement to stakeholders. So we should have all five parties. Or America and calling Poyana for the counter again. Is the parties to nothing? No, the whole parties to nothing. Poyana Kenai, I know, Ahana Kenai. About the subject matter, you are getting a kind of assurance from a third party, independent party. So that's why we have an adjective for the independent auditor. So if we can't search an independent auditor, so we can't get the final quality outcome. What's the subject matter then? Subject matter is the financial statement. Right? Criteria which framework standards. Assurance standards. Very correct. So if it is a statutory audit, what's the criteria range? The CELEPARS and LKS. LKS is the standard, the CELEPARS. But LKS is CELEPARS are the biggest amount of range. LKS, it's CELEPARS. What's the difference? So both are financial reporting framework. It's a common framework, not a specific framework. Common framework means it can be used by anyone in the society. That's common framework. Specific framework. So that was a kind of a given guideline for specific industry, specific company. Right? So I have done audit for 8 years. They have kind of a manual, different procedures, right? Actually, they don't have current asset and non-current asset. They are the recording revenue cash basis. So they got into their manual. So that is kind of a specific framework. Here is a common framework. You can base on a common framework or a specific framework. If you are based on a specific framework, it's a special purpose audit. If you are based on a common framework, it may be a common audit. Statutory audit is a kind of a common audit. So then evidence. We have to gather evidence. Otherwise, we can't issue a opinion. Evidence should be, we have two characteristics. What are the two characteristics? Evidence should be sufficient and appropriate. Sufficient and appropriate. So these are two words, very important words. Sufficient and appropriate. Sufficient measure the quantity. Appropriateness measure the quality. Sufficient means quantity of the evidence. Sufficient and appropriate. Appropriate means quality of the evidence. Evidence, right? And then, after getting this evidence, we have to evaluate and decide, conclude in a report. So this practitioner, auditor, doing the audit procedures and collecting audit evidence, issuing the audit report about the management to the stakeholders, according to the complying by mentioning the compliance with the criteria range. That is about the assurance engagement. That those are the features of the assurance engagement. So now you know the whole concept about assurance. Assurance and audit is part of a assurance. So we can simply say this is about assurance. So in this whole syllabus, 90% we are discussing about audits. Why? In the common field also we are having 90% audit. And after we are familiar with auditing, audit process, other assurance engagement is a peanut. It's a kind of a very easy job. The same process. Then we have to focus audit engagement, and then we are discussing about the topic and content about some other assurance engagement. So then overall syllabus may be covered through that process. Firstly, we are focusing about audit engagement. That's the target. I hope that you are okay with the content. Right. So back to the syllabus, right? Right. So that process, audit and assurance subject, has divided to 7 topics. As I said, we should learn this subject as a one go for the kind of a work allocation. We have 7 topics, right? Don't take that as a kind of a separate topics. We can't draw a kind of a straight line in between these areas. So then, firstly, we are focusing about governance and internal control. Governance and internal control. That is relevant thing. How we can relate that? So before we are starting that audit and assurance framework, we are studying the control environment and the company and the control framework. So you have to think about that. Is that relevant? As auditor, do we need to consider about control? That's the first topic. And then audit planning and risk assessment. And then audit evidence. And auditing in digital environment. And then audit reporting. Assurance and related services, audit quality. All process. Audit and assurance process can be divided into 3 areas. Basic process, whatever the audit flow assurance can be divided into 3 areas. What is that? Planning, planning and risk assessment, execution and conclusion. These are the 3 areas we are focusing. In whatever the audits, whatever the assurance engagement, we have this 3 parts. Planning and assessment, execution and conclusion. For all syllabus, touching upon these 3 steps. Other than that, we are not discussing anything. Whatever the area we are discussing here, you have to relate to these 3 areas. In assurance engagement or audit engagement, we have to work on these 3 steps. Planning and risk assessment, execution and conclusion. So how we are going to, categorize this? So here we have 7 topics. 7 topics. First one, governance and internal control framework. What is that? That's kind of a bit, different topic. Governance, good governance. Right? Governance. You know that practical example, right, in the country situation. So you have that understand, right? You don't want to explain the results of good governance. Right? So in a company, there should be a governance. Corporate governance structure should be good. And to achieve a good results from a company or business, we should have a proper governance. Governance to the control mechanism. Set of controls should be there. Internal control system. Why we should have internal control system? We don't have the much resources. We are having a competition, right? We are having lack of resources. We have to utilize resources in a maximum way. To do that, we should have proper controls to achieve the competition. Sorry, to based on the competition, achieve your objectives and goals. We have to have proper control system. Control system may be included different set of controls. Controls can ප්‍රශ්න කොට එනේ. වචන ඉගෙන ගන්න. Audit කියන එක ඉගෙන ගන්නද නේද? Assurance ඉගෙන ගන්න. දැන් control කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? Control what it means to you about the control. දන්නවද කියාගන්න තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. Control is a kind of a very general term, right?
The process to manage
good. Can process to what? And it's the very good. Otherwise, what it's a normal. So I'm talking here. There's a momentum. We are human beings, it's not a machine. If we have an algorithm and the program is running, we can fix the program. You have to learn the subject, you have to focus. 100% you can use that. The human beings, system in the mental situation that's sure. But on the ගෙදර සමහරట్లాට අම්මා කියලා කියනෝනේ ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ මොනවා කියනවා. That's normal. තේ හදලා කියලා පස්සේ ආනවා අපි තේ හදුවා. තේ කියනවා මෙතන. අම්මා කියලා තියෙන තේ හදලා. ඒ කියලා ඇහෙන්නේ නැති වෙනවා. පොඩක් ඕන තරම් වැඩියෙන් ඇහෙනකොට ඇහෙන්නේ නැති වෙනවා. That's the පිස්සු වගේ mental situation එකක් කියලා හිතන්නේ. That's normal. perfume උනත් එහෙමයි නේ. ගහපු ගමන්ම සුවඳයි. ඒක ප්‍රැක්ටිස් වුණාම දැනෙන්නේ නැතුව යනවා. So you have to change the momentum. To break that voice, if you can talk, there's a benefit. So හරිම වැරදුනාට කොහොමද? වැරදුනොත් class learning, class student, and you can give wrong answer. වැරදි answer එකක් දුන්නොත් ඒක forever මතකයි. ඒකත් ස්ටෝරි එකක් එක්කවට මතක තියෙනවා. මම වැරදි answer එකක් දුන්නා සර් හැදුවා. මේක තමයි answer එක forever. Don't leave on the වඩා හොඳයි. අර උත්තර දෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් support කරන්න. It's a benefit for me as well as for crowd. ඒකවා මම කතා කරනකොට වඩා වාගේ යාළුවෙක් කතා කරනකොට වා attention එක දෙනවා. අනිත් මගේ යාළුවා content එක දෙවි වා ඉඳන් නැගිටිනවා. right? So that to be active, the active. So the here Sri Lankan context, people are not willing to talk. Once I'm doing lectures and all whatever the trainings and all, so the people are not willing to talk. They are just sitting and passing the time. They're not willing to learn. So I did a kind of a training series in Maldives. So how they face to learn things. So I don't have much time to teach them. So we had a 8 to 5 training for 5 days. So they wanted to extend that to the 8 to 7. So they are continuously asking questions. So they need to learn. They have limited resource to learn. They don't have lectures. So if they are seeing පාරදි තහනෝ කතා කරලා වෙන් කරන්න කොහොමද සර් වෙන් කරන්න කියලා. දැන් අපේ එහෙම අහනවද? ඒ මහානවන කියලා දෙන්න. We don't have that kind of a culture. Please develop that. Please use that. Use the degree to change your life. That's a certificate given මාර පාඩුයි. certificate කොහොම හරි ගන්න පුළුවන් ගන්න ටික ගන්න. එහෙම කිව්වම ළමයි එහෙන් ගන්න කියන්නේ පුටු ගෙනියන්න ඉක්මනට මම කියන්නේ කොහොමද මේ ප්ලග් පොයින්ට් එක හරි මේක ගහලා ෆෝන් එක ඩාස් කර ගන්න. ඒ වගේ ඇන්ගල් එකක් නෙමෙයි මම කියන්නේ. Take that good message out of that. Take maximum knowledge from here. Use these lectures, use these materials, right? Talk to them. So they are coming to here with huge experience. So the art is what they it's a separate human being. You are a very unique person, each and every person, right? You want different things. So tell them, ask them, and learn from them. Change your behavior with this degree. Otherwise, it's useless. Right. So then we are discussing about what? Controls. We should have controls in our lives. We had control, that's why we are here now. We are reading for degree. We are trying to get exemption to a degree. So we have done 4 things now. Because we had controls, we are very lucky people. If we don't have controls, how crazy we are. Where we are now. So you can imagine. The alarm එක තියාගන්න එකේ අපිට control තියෙනවා නේද? alarm එක මම 4 පාරක් 4ට විතර නිදා ගන්නවා. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් නිදා ගන්නකොට normal නිදා ගන්නවා 2යි. ඒක තමයි නිදා ගන්න. අනිවාර්යයෙන්. දෙකට නිදා ගන්න. 60ක් විතරනේ ජීවත් වෙන්න තියෙන්නේ අවුරුදුනේ. maximum ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕන. නැත්තම් මෙච්චර මේ අමාරුවෙන් qualification started කරලා degree කරලා මේව කරලා ඉඳාගෙන බලනකොට වඩා හොඳ ජීවත් වෙලා නැගිට බින්දර වල ටික. ඒ නිසා maximum ඇහැරගෙන ඉන්න time නා. එකට විතර නිදාගන්න. දැන් නැගිටින්න. What I mean, how we are going to measure this life plan. The life the exception degree life enjoy time it's a kind of like experienced people are there. Bodyguard already. Younger badges. Maybe you are free time. So that is the last period you are enjoying your life. Enjoying your life it depends. Enjoying that's the last period. Enjoying your life for salary. That's the last period you have the freedom. You can imagine that process, right? You are in your grade 1, grade 2 classes, you are very free, right? After coming to grade 5 with the scholarship exam and all, very, whatever the exams you have, A levels, O levels, under O level, whatever the things, very busy, right? After that exam, you are thinking that all the things done. So you are you will be very happy, right? ඒක වුණාම ඊට වඩා complexity එකට වයනවා. මමත් එහෙම හිතුවා. හරි A level O level කාලේ හිතනවා A level is the target. A level තරම් හිතනවා university is the target. University ගියාම සේරම හරි කියලා හිතුවා. නේද? සේරම හරි කියන්නේ. එතකොට chartered තියෙනවනේ. So after doing chartered සේරම හරි අප්ප chartered accountant නම් සේරම හරි කියලා හිතුවා. දැන් ඊට පස්සේ තමයි සේරම දැන් දෙක වෙන්න උනේ. එතකොට මුළු ලෝකෙම තියෙන commitments පඩේට එනවා. එතකොට goals තියෙනවා දැනුත් goals 40ක් විතර තියෙන goals. එතකොට company එකේ commitment, family commitment, යාළුවෝගේ commitment. යාළුවෝගේ තමයි ගොඩක් commitment තියෙන්නේ. වා ladder එකේ උඩට යන්න වා යාළුවෝගේ අතර ඕන කෙනෙක් වෙනවා. එයාලා call කරන ප්‍රශ්න අහනවා. හැමදේම අහනවා. So then you may be a occupied person. You may have a very tight calendar. So then you have to utilize your time very, the maximum way. So then definitely your time may that you may use your sleeping hours for your works. Right? You have to do that. Then how you can enjoy. Enjoy can be done. How you can enjoy. So whatever the things you are learning, doing today, through that you have to, happy. You have to enjoy. You have to enjoy your degree. You have to enjoy your assignment. ඒක මහා කරුණයක් කියලා ගන්න එපා. You have to learn things and enjoy it through the result. Always focus about the real outcome. So that's a whole concept I am practicing. Enjoying from the real outcome. Meaning එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි මම ගොඩක් හිතනදී. Enjoy from the real outcome. So that's what I told you early morning. Get the real outcome from the subject, not the marks, not the degree certificate. මෙතන එක ළමෙක් හරි ඉන්නවද? මම degree එකෙන් මට knowledge එකයි skill එක විතර යනවා මට certificate එක ඕනේ නැහැ කියන එක. I want to change my behavior. I want to change my skill set. So that is the core concept. So they enjoy it from your real value. But don't motivate through the salary. Don't motivate through the promotions. Don't motivate through the carrots given by the boss to you. Boss කරන වර්ණනාවෙන් සතුටු වෙන්න එපා. Right? So they will tell many stories to you. If you don't want to, measure your career. So check the real outcome. So they enjoy from that. See the real outcome. If you are selecting your job, if you are selecting your career, so you have to enjoy it and everything. Select that kind of a career. Otherwise, you don't have any time to. So whatever the job you are selecting, it should match with your career, should match with your person in you, right? So the සංගක්කාරගේ job එකයි copy එකයි දෙකම එකයි. එයා job එක කරන ගමන් කොච්චර සතුටු වෙනවද? ඒකනේ දැන් ඔය ආටිස්ට්ලා sport persons. So they are not getting old, right? So they are looks like very, the very pleasant look. And auditor කෙනෙක් දකින්නට වඩා මේ actor කෙනෙක් දකින්නට sportsman කෙනෙක් දකින්නට full kick එකක් තියෙනවානේ. මොකද එයාලා ඒ job එක full time enjoy කරන තමයි. So their hobby and the job is same. But if you can search a job like that, you are enjoying your life full time. Do your job, you have to enjoy. Your target should be matched with your company's target. Your enjoyment, your happiness should be matched to your company's happiness. Otherwise, each and every day you are crying. Each and every day you are blaming to your boss. හැමදාම අඬාට තමයි job වෙන්නේ. එන්නේ ආලු ඕන තරම්. හැමදාම පනිනවා අඬාට තමයි job වෙන්නේ. එහෙම job එකක් සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්න එපා. වාල් සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්න ඕන. ඒ ආලුව සිලෙක්ට් කරපු job එකට වගේම job එකක් නෙවෙයි. That should be match with your soul, that match with your person in you. He or she is a very unique person. Try to search that person and try to match that job, the career to match that person. To give a kind of a release, kind of a happiness to that person. That's really difficult. Work hard towards that. So develop your own target. Use your skepticism over there. Right? To do that, you should have a set of controls. You had that, you have to revamp that with this degree and all. Right? So that's the main message. Just remarks. Right. Control is what? In a life, in a business process, whatever the situation you are handling, you may have a risk. May have a risk. What සතුටු වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද බැරිද කියන එක risk එක. There's a risk. What is the risk? A risk කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? Risk කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? That is the deviation from the expectation. If you expect something, if you are not getting that, it's a risk. මොකද degree එකේ තියෙන risk එක. වාට degree එක ගන්න පුළුවන් වේද බැරි වේද කියන්නේ. වාට degree එක ගන්න බැරි වේද කියන එක තමයි degree එක. risk එක. Right? You should have controls, right? You have to attend lectures, do past papers, prepare for the assignment. Those are controls. Or not preventive controls, the detective controls. Preventive controls are preventively you have to respond. Otherwise, or repeat medical data. Pass වාගේ ලියන paper එක හැමදාම pass paper එකක්. එහෙම කරගන්න එපා. You have to take preventive controls. So what it means to you is control. Control is a step taken by the management to correct, detect mistakes from the organization. That's the definition for organization. In the personal life, control is a kind of a step taken by you to respond for a risk you have in your life. It may be a manual control, application control, detective control, preventive control, the implemented by the parents, right? Boarding again, the campus car nේද? කියලා boarding එකට එන්න time එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක කවුරුදාද දෙන්නේ? So the owner of the boarding. Auntie or uncle are getting, that's a control, right? That's a control. But they can risk it. ළමයි ඕන වෙලාවට එන්න ගත්තොත් ඒක boarding එකක් නෙමෙයි වෙන්න ඕනේ. So then there's a control over there. Likewise, in organization also we should have a proper set of controls. That controls may be depend on the company complexity. So then levels of controls are there. Accession level controls, financial statement level controls are there. Right? So in an organization, we have a mix of controls. Mix of controls. Control, the control bulb we call as control framework. We have set of controls. Once you are designing control, we have three levels. Once you are designing a control, what are they? Control, design, control, once you are discussing about the control, we have three different stages. You have to design your control. You have to implement your control. You have to operate your control. Think about the control. Are you going to design that? Are you going to implement that? Operate that? We are experts. We are pioneers to design controls, right? We have many designs. We are planning this much, we are trying to design. But we are not ready to implement. Some of the things we design, we implement, not operate. They never think about it. You are not implementing. You have planned, you have implemented, you are not operating. You are not doing operation. So the control should be past these three stages. You should have proper design, proper implementation, as well as proper operation. But it means you in organization. You have to design controls. Design. Design to know what it is. Design fashion. Not that design. Design in the sense you are designing your features of the control. Who, how, what, when. Characteristic of a control. Who, how, what, when. Who is the person doing the control? How is doing that? When is happening? More than 200,000 payment should be approved by the CFO. Is that a control? Yes. Right? We are designing that. Who is the person? CFO. When he's signing, once he's approving, once he's, one is doing the payment, we have to do the approval. Payment karla, end of the month can be signed there. Is that a purpose? No point of that. Once they are doing the payment, we have done. What's the approval method? Are we need to put a manual signature? Can we do the electronic approval? Can we put a mail approval? So that's the mode of approving. Right? So that's the kind of a structure of the control. Who, how, what, when. Characteristic of the control. What's the control design? Designing the control structure. So then that's designing. So after designing, what you are going to do? You are going to implement that. To implement that, we should have a CFO first, right? We have to recruit the CFO. And we have to give that IT facilities to do online approval. We have to create the infrastructure. So after implementing that, we have a CFO. Now we fix the process. We started that. So then that should be operated during the period. CFO finance manager. Is that the way? That should be operated throughout the period. So that's a proper control environment. So you can see 3 stages. These are really important facts, right? 3 stages of a control. So then this should be included the first topic, governance and internal control framework. So those things will be discussed on the first topic. Why we are as auditor, why we are worried about that control mechanism in the organization. Controls cannot be
To assess the risk.
Yes. Assess the risk level, you should have a proper understanding of the control. Correct. So to issue the audit opinion, we should evaluate the risk. And to evaluate the risk, we should know the process. Process in the sense, set of controls. Set of controls. As auditor, we can't just see the numbers and give the risk certificate. We should know the overall process. But next half again, we then cannot know how we can learn the process, why we worry about the process, control and all. Right? As auditor, we have to learn, learn about the process, and you have to have proper understanding. Accordingly, you can justify the numbers. Without having that understanding about the controls, you can't issue audit opinion. Why? Audit opinion is a kind of a scientific assurance report you are issuing for subject matter. Subject matter prepared by whom? Yeah, right. Management. Management prepared the subject matter. That results claim a series of controls. Right? So the business happening during the period means what? Business happening during the period means what? We are practicing series of controls. So the final result may display as a financial statement. If you are going to audit that financial statement, you should know the whole control framework. You should have basically the design and implementation understanding. Right? You should have basically design and implementation understanding. If the sentence is a at least the auditor, you should have design and implementation understanding. If one gives sentence, prove practice as auditor, at least you should have design and implementation understanding of the control is related to the financial statement. Right? Operation is option. Operation is option. Operation is option. තාම තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? මෙහෙම කිව්වා කියලා මම රිලේට් කරනවා කිව්වනේ මොනවාද? ඒකවල visualize වෙනවනේ ආන්සර් එක කිව්ව මේක තමයි කියන්නේ. Right? Okay. So then this is the first one. We are giving 10% weightage. So then we are starting audit planning and risk assessment. We can put that number here, number 2. So we can put number 1 here. Planning and risk assessment. Audit process, planning and risk assessment. Number 1, right? Audit evidence. Number 2. Audit the planning and risk assessment. We are performing audit procedures and gathering audit evidence. This is the largest topic we are going to cover. Audit evidence. It will take more than 3-4 lectures to cover audit evidence. Right? So then, number 3, audit reporting is the number 3 conclusion. So here we have a common topic. The common topic. This is also a common topic. Common topic. What is this? Auditing in a digital environment. Auditing in a digital environment. Common and NASA make step එක මෙතෙන්ට ආවන. නම් එකනේ. ඒකට පොඩක් පිළිවෙලක් දෙනවනේ. මොකද audit planning, this assessment, evidence and reporting, and then you are learning the digital environment. How we are doing these three activities in a digital environment. How we are going to do digital audits. How we are going to do planning in a digital audit. How we are going to do audit procedures. Conclusion in a digital audit. So that's what I make of fair and the planning, right? So then, how to ensure that quality in that process? How we can maintain that quality standards in our process? Which process? This process, planning and execution and conclusion process. How we are going to build our quality? How we can maintain firm level quality, engagement level quality? How we can issue the quality? Quality කියන එක නම් අපි දන්නවනේ නේද? So we are expert about quality. We are saying quality things, quality foods, quality, clothes, everything, quality, service, quality in the sense. So then outcome should be matched with your requirement. That should be satisfied. So then what's the outcome? That's a audit report. Audit report should be correct. So then we have to issue a correct audit report. So that's the main quality aspect. Other than that, we have to achieve the deadlines. We have to give insights to the audit team. Right? So those are the things we have to focus about audit quality. Through this process, we have to deliver a quality service. That's about audit quality. So we are discussing about that. After learning this process, we can improve that. So then, number 6, this is also a common topic. Assurance and related services. Assurance and related services. So as I said, I'm fully discussing about auditing. After completing this audit process, we are focusing about some other non-assurance engagement, some specific audit engagement. So the same process, we are discussing about the separate requirements, right? So that is about the overall syllabus. Now you should have a kind of a plan on your mind. This type of a subject, this is the syllabus. For period, we are learning about these 3 steps. The quality of these 3 steps, the digital environment aspects in these 3 steps, how we are going to do these 3 steps, and overall final outcome is the audit report, assurance report. So that's about audit and assurance subject. I hope you are clear, the people who are joining virtually. I hope you are okay. So you have any question you can raise, and you can interrupt and you can ask questions. So in our physical audience, always asking questions and supporting. Likewise, you all can do that the same way. I hope that you are clear enough about the right. Only. Okay, take and then I still at the end. So we'll take a break and we'll start the second half. If you have any concern, talk to each other and solve it out, or else still out, ask from me. So the people who are joining virtually, you all can get a break and take your breakfast and come back within, let's say, now it's 10:40. We'll meet up 11 o'clock. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Shall we start? Hope that 4:19. Okay to start the second half. 30 ready. We'll go with the second half. Firstly, we understood that so you can switch off the switch. So utilize breathing. You can come over here. Right. So the team online, are we audible enough? Oh,
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. One small request. When you are writing on the board, we can't see that. I mean, it's not getting shared.
I see. So I am writing on the board, you can't see my handwriting is bad, so that should be improved. But you can't see anything, right?
Yes, we can see whichever things you are writing on the board.
So then we have to use that whiteboard. Whiteboard should be shared to the team.
Shall we speak? If you share the window in every stage.
So we have shared here.
We have shared the screen, not the screen, window. Yeah, we have to share the screen. Then only.
I don't help me, please.
From the share version.
Here we have shared the. So then I'm not sharing again.
The window, not the window. Screen. No, the screen. We have to share the screen. Yeah. Now should be.
Yeah. How about now?
No, sir. That writing part is not visible.
So that you all can't see my. Once I'm writing, you can't see.
Yes, sir. Now we can see from the camera, side camera, whichever things you are marking, but it's not
Right.
getting shared from the smart board.
Can't see you.
He has to select from his screen. The person, he has to select from his screen, not the camera, the other one. Should be
I
visible.
see.
Should be.
So we are sharing our screen now. So that technology is different because I'm writing here now. It's not a part of the different technology. That screen and this one. There are two technologies. The screen and we are drawing here is another thing. That's a matter. So we'll check that technology. So for today, please focus that whatever things I'm not writing too much. So the next day onwards, we'll take that technological aspect and we'll share the whiteboard. So then here we have that technology, so I can share whatever the contest as a kind of a text file, not text file, it's a PDF file. So we have good technology here. So we'll share the whiteboard next lecture onwards. Today itself, I just sharing the presentation slide and we'll go with this. So it's a good point, so we need to improve that. Right. Okay. Right. So we are in the first slide deck. So I will upload these slide decks for your reference to the LMS. Not only this, so other slide decks as well. You all can refer that. And basically, I have included not all the the content of the slide deck. I just giving key things related to the subject area, right? So from the lecture, my suggestion is you can start your learning, start your researching things, and you can start your reading the standards. So you know that we have set of auditing standards. So we have different series for online accounting standard. Accounting standard, we have numbers very small numbers, right? 41, 3, 2, 5, right? Likewise. So how about auditing standards? Auditing standards, we have 3-digit numbers, right? 350, 300, 600 series, 700 series. So then we have a set of auditing standards. So then you have to read these standards. So within this small lecture series, we can't go through each and every area. So what you can do is you can learn the process. So I hope that majority of you have done audit training, right? It's a kind of a plus point. People who participated audit training, you can match with your practical things and practical experience to theoretical aspects. So then you can have kind of a very proper knowledge. The people who didn't participate for the audit training, that's not a matter, right? It's not a kind of a problem. You can freshly learn this. So sometimes there's a kind of a the concept in chartered and SEC and all. People who are not participating in audit training, they are the people scoring much higher marks. Why? They are learning and they are giving the answers for the subject. No? The people who are participating for audit training, they are like expert auditors. No? So they are trying to try whatever things they did. So they are put up funding the vela. Examiner කියන මට එනවද කියලා එයා කියනවා යාට විතර දේවල් දෙන්නේ. එයා ඔඩිට් කරපුවා තමයි එයා. ඒක මටත් උනා. මම chartered audit paper සාමාන්‍ය audit assistant manager කෙනෙක් වුණා නම් audit paper එක පාස් කරනවා. And he was supervised, right? Final level audit paper. So then I came to the audit firm with the university badge. So most of the people resigned. So I was there at the audit firm at that level. So then I did some classes to my colleagues as well. So then I am currently doing auditing. So I'm like the audit expert, right? So I did classes and I did kind of a quick discussion with people, and around 20-25 people, we had a close group, and so I'm kind of so we had 3-4 members, 2 resource persons. So that's how we did. So I did kind of lectures, right? So I got only 35 marks for the paper. For advanced auditing paper, I was just be assistant manager or supervisor. So I know everything about it. Practically, I got 35 marks. So I was surprised and I got an extra booklet and I wrote that as well. So then, lecture in it about යාළුව පාස් වෙන මොකක්ද යාළුව පාස් නම් අසතුටු යාළුවා කතා කරන කියන අර වාට් හතරෙන් පාස් වෙන්නේ මෙයාට තමයි මම ඉගෙන ගන්න දෙන්නේ කියලා. So that's the happiness. But end of the day, මම දැනගෙන මට ලියා ගන්න බැරි ප්‍රශ්නයක්. So වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මම extra funded that about the subject, right? So then I want to put everything to that question. Examiner මෙහෙමත් හිතලා දෙන්නේ ඒකත් කියනවා. So I can't figure it out what I should put into the paper, right? So examiner asks very limited, very, very, key thing. So we have to figure it out. And we have to give short answer. No need to give, the pages and pages. So then the examiner should do another exam to capture the answer from the given answer, right? So you have what you are doing. You are putting every syllabus aspect and the theoretical things to you are putting the standard to the question. You are writing the standard, not the answer. So examiner should do another activity to search the answer from your given text. Don't go to copy paragraph to the exam sheet. You just want to give the exact answer. You have to be very sharp. So the maximum, so the next time, I went to Royal Bank Tangerine to audit AGM, right, with Mr. Jaising, the former president of CSV. So he's an audit partner. So once we are going to the Royal Bank Tangerine, it was situated at Kalukara. So I took time to talk with him. So first thing he asked me, how was the exam? That is the audit failed. That's how you are doing auditing. So you are audit supervisor, assistant manager, you failed audit exam. How come? So then I think ඒකට උත්තර දෙන්නත් ඕන මාරු ප්‍රශ්නේ. ඒක තව ප්‍රශ්න එකක්. The sir කිව්වා you are audit expert, I know that. The way you are doing, the way you are concluding, the way you are handling issues, so that's in the next level. But issue is you don't know how managing a paper. It's another art, another skill, right? So manage that paper. So the read the question twice. The auditing in the paper, the question is very tricky. It's short, word or kind of a phrase, so the requirement may be changed. But it's totally different with the finance management paper, cost management paper. Why? Straightforward, it's a black and white answer. There's no gray color answer, right? So here auditing, all the things may be not there's no black and white answer. Always asking about the gray color answer. So I'm asking, so what may be the auditor response? You have to say that if that happens, we are issuing qualified opinion. If that happens, we are issuing emphasize the matter. If all are okay, I am issuing a plain opinion. So my view according to this case study, this is the possible opinion I am going to give. This kind of answer may be required. So then if it is so, we have to read carefully and draft your presentation. Present correctly your answer. So then I faced with the exam. So I didn't ask any extra booklet. The first booklet I completed everything. Very short and sweet answers to the point. That time I passed. Second time. So that's type of a subject you are now referring, right? So the practice. The writing is a kind of a habit you have to improve. So now, the all are familiar with the laptops and technological aspects. So our writing skill may be very less, right? Exam very, the speed is very less. So the drafting and very difficult thing. But boys, you may difficult, but girls, what are questions? Girls. Both are should consider about the content and writing. So auditing is a writing paper. You have very sharp summary writing, summarization. So there's an activity, right, in English, summarization, whatever language, in the English language, summarization is key. Because we want summarize answer with audit jargons, audit buzzwords, right? So you have to use this theoretical, the auditing words. So you have to say that sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. Auditor should gather sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to address the audit risk and minimize the audit risk to acceptable low level to issue the audit opinion. That kind of a language should be used to write the audit statement. What can where you have to collect enough audit evidence to issue the audit conclusion paper. So same meaning, right? Audit conclusion paper. What is that? That's audit report. That's the exact word you have to use. You have to gather sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. So those buzzwords should be used. But අමතක වෙනවා නම් page එක ලියලා dictation හරි පාඩම් කරගන්න වචන ටික. මේ වචන ටික පාඩම් කරගත්තම එකම දේ තමයි කතා කරන්නේ. So now in here I am doing corporate reporting and auditing. Corporate reporting very packed syllabus. We don't have much time. We have consolidation, statistics, everything there. So we don't have time to waste. Utilizing interval as well sometimes. Very difficult to cover post outline. But here post outline is very not packed one. We can freely learn. So the most of the things can be repeated. So we can have a recap about the last lecture. Freely we can do. We can finish out the whole syllabus. Within 3 lectures, I can finish it. Right? But I'm getting time and slowly I will put in your head about what it is, right? So if we have more time, we focus about accounting aspect as well. Why? Mama asked me subject or then in a second level last semester, right? Correct. Second year last semester. So you have an corporate reporting third year per semester. Corporate reporting. Corporate reporting dealing with consolidation, complex standard, and all, right? So then you are learning about those standards and all, and third year, but now you don't know about that. So then as an auditor, how we are going to audit that? Right? Auditor can be you have to be expert on accounting standard as well as auditing standard both. So then you have to be a competent person about consolidation to audit consolidated accounts. So then now we are learning auditing. So then third year first semester you are learning corporate reporting. So then you don't have a chance to audit corporate reporting whatever the syllabus that thing, right? So my suggestion is learn this auditing, right? Once you are learning this corporate reporting, think about how we are going to audit this. How we are going to audit segmental reporting. How we are going to audit SLFRS 13 closures. How we are going to audit joint ventures, associate equity method, and goodwill impairment, gain and bargain purchase. Those are the very critical things. Complex auditing. So then you have to expand that knowledge to that extent, right? Another thing is you are reading for accounting degree, you should be a kind of a available person for accounting matters. You should have a kind of an understanding to develop a kind of a dialogue about accounting matters. If there is a kind of accounting concept, you have to be a kind of a partaker, contributor to that dialogue, that discussion. Whatever the deferred tax, right of use asset, 5-step model. So those concepts, or degree those concepts, all concepts should be on your pocket. At least put a accounting degree. Government grants. Government grants, there's a standard case 20. We are dealing with government grants. So we have government grants, government assistance, we have different accounting treatment. And then how we are going to audit government grants. So all those aspects should be on your pocket. Plus taxation, plus costing. So detail කරලා ඉවරනකොට හැම ඒරියාවකම basic knowledge එක තියෙනවා. Share based payment කියන්නේ මොනවද? මොනවද categories? Joint arrangement එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? How we are going to classify joint arrangement, joint venture and joint operation. So both things accounting treatment may be different, right? Equity method and 50-50 consolidation. So those things should be on your pocket once you are completing the degree. ඒකට on the control එකක් තියෙනවා. Keep in mind that, right? So once we are completing our audit and assurance course, so I'm going to touch some accounting treatment as well. If we are having time, right? If you have more time, if you request some complex accounting treatments, we can discuss. Right? If you are making a request, so I can deliver. ඒක තමයි කියන්නේ මම දැන් කරන්නේ ආද කොමන්ට්ලි තමයි deliver කරන්නේ. ඔයාගේ request එකක් එනවා නම් සර් මේක කියලා දෙන්න. මේක කියලා දෙන්න. So can you repeat that? Then I can customize. So otherwise I have assuming your requirement and I am delivering. සමහර එක කියවෙන්නේ නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මෙතන audit කරපු ළමයි ඉන්නවනම් ඔයා question කරන්න මට challenge කරන්න. So then we can have a good outcome. සමහර දේවල් මට skip කරන්න. ඔයාට කැමති නම් මේක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. I have worked මම audit කරනවා මේ area එකේ. How you are going to suggest audit procedures for the gratuity? How we are going to suggest audit procedure for insurance contract liability? So the valuation of biological asset, how we are going to audit? Valuation of boiler works, how we are going to audit? So what are the audit procedures? So I can discuss here. If you have such kind of a requirement, please talk to the lecturer and then we can deliver them, right? ඉතින් යාළුවෝ කතා කරගෙන ඉඳලා තේරුණාක් නැහැ. Right? Okay. So these are reading materials you all can prefer. Accounting standard, auditing standard. So these are the reading materials. And once you are having a new subject, so these are the common doubts. Paper structure and marks. Audit experience, I discussed. Audit experience is not a must, but it's a plus point. You can enhance your knowledge skill, right? Whatever the things you did, you can cross-check with the knowledge we are discussing here. If you have a contradiction, you can ask questions. Past papers, yes, you have to read past papers. You have to do past papers accordingly. Go through the past papers and read the content and ready for the past papers. It's an essential thing. Otherwise, your original paper may be a past paper for you. Past paper for you. Right? So other papers, it's up to you to design. CA papers, SCA papers. You can read that and ready for the self-study is a must. Lecture ආවත් නැත self-study කරන්න ඕන. Time එකක් නැති නේද? Don't have much time, but you have to have a self-study. Why? You are going to face for the exam. No, I don't be there for the exam. You have to write it. You have to present it. Your own, right? So the paper structure and marks. So the marks is the base. Continuous assessment 40. Final exam 60. Continuous assessment is a really important one. So normally, each and every day I am trying to give you that. That's how I'm doing. Otherwise, we can't engage people. So I want to see people in, in the classroom, virtual mode or physical mode. I want to engage people to the lecture. Otherwise, we have given the exemption. We have compulsory to do advanced auditing. We can lecture examination විතරක් lecture මේ මොනවද කරන එක වැඩක් නැහැ. එතකොට once I am marking exam papers, so it's kind of a very different feeling. But last time or one before last, yes, I had an answer. So I requested, I made a question. Yes, I gave a question to identify who are the team members of an audit team, who are the players, roles of audit team. So they are saying that yes, audit partner, manager, and then staff member, supervisor, and then tax expert, is that client audit team, management, director board audit team. Whole equation may be wrong. So we don't know what the parties. So what he has done in the case study, we have different parties now. We are picking these different parties and putting to the answer. If you are putting the director board as an audit team, whole audit process fail. You don't have an understanding. So, paper the lecture picture audit team client audit degree you should have the real knowledge. Keep in mind that they are focusing about continuous assessment and then final exam.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So is there any way that to check our answer, like is it model answers available for us to check the accuracy of, because this auditing standard, as you said, so it's like very tricky, and sometimes the answer that we wrote may not be accurate because it should be to the point. Therefore, is there any possibility for us to like get any model answers to verify our answers?
I will upload the past papers and I develop answers so that you can refer them. So I will upload this.
Okay, thank
so
you.
Then go there and try to develop your own answers. You can send it to personally me or to my mailbox. I can do marking and send. The other exam corporate report. Either elevate ඊතම පාඩම් කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. ඊළඟ දෙකට කුඩි දෙක ගන්නවා. So I am available because I am doing this as a hobby. So the hobby එකක් ගන්නවා නම් මොකද? මට ඉන්ටර්වල් එකේ ගන්නන්න පුළුවන්. මට පහේ ලෙක්චර් එක 8 වෙනකන් කරා hobby එකක් නම් මොකද? Attempted එක addicted no. ඒක නිසා අවුලක්. Mama to try කරනවා. Whatever the more giving knowledge to you all. So then if you want, here from a musical show එකක් බලන්න ගියා. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා answer දෙකක් ලියලා එනකොට 12:30 වගේ. තමයි දැන් ඉල්ලනවා. දැන් past papers වල model answers දීලා තියෙන්නේ. Model consolidation answers දීලා Excel එකේ color කරලා දීලා තියෙන්නේ. මෙහෙමයි double entry එකේ කියලා. Then again asking model answers. Answer ලියලා දෙනවා. So paper එකේ අහන්න support එක නැස්තේ. Right? So then paper may be bit difficult. Right? So I will show you some papers. I will upload those to the LMS. And then you can understand what's our plan, what's the content, what we have to do for, what we have to do to ready for the exam, right? Right. So here I have mentioned the overall content actually. Each and every area we have that content. I don't want to go there. What we can do is we can go to the here. Paper structure and marks, right? Paper structure. Right. 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 Balagan the password. So this is a paper. We have section A, section B. Section A, section B. Section A, all questions should be answered. Section A, only 3 questions, right? So now you can, question 1. Question A consisted with question 1 and 2, right? Question 1 and 2. Oh, this is not corporate reporting. The pen and the consolidated question last time. We have some other questions as well. I think for share and then segmental reporting, segmental pair validation. Then part is 13. Here segmental reporting. That's about corporate reporting. Supposed to do 30 year. Right. The paper, right? Again, we have two parts, A and B, right? A and B. Part A, consistent with short answer, right? 20 marks given. 20 marks given, 2 per 1 question. So these small questions spread through whole syllabus. I want to test the theoretical knowledge about whole syllabus. This may be covered each and every aspect I'm discussing here. To address this, you should have a good alert, good focus about the syllabus content and what the things I discussed here, overall knowledge about auditing. Right? To engagement and to audit conclusion, audit quality, everything will be covered through theoretical aspect through this 20 marks. 10 question, 20 marks. You can see example, question. Right? What are the main stages of an assurance engagement? That means, right? Come on, you know that. Planning the risk assessment, execution and conclusion. These are 3 main stages. පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ ඔය ටූටි එක අහන්නේ නැහැ කියලා තමයි මේකේ උත්තර ලියුවෙත් නැහැ. වෙන ඒවා ලියුවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඩිවෙල වෙන්නේ සේරම ලියන්න. ඒක ලියන්නේ නැහැ. එච්චර පොඩි දෙයක් අහයි කියලා හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ. මම හම්බුණාම ඇහුවා. ඇයි අරම උත්තර ලියලා නැති කියලා. මේකට උත්තර ලියුවේ නැත්නම් පේපරේ බලන්න හිතනවද? ඇයි මුල් දවසේ audit and assurance කියලා දෙන්න. Once I'm starting, so I started with this. So that they are not willing to all each and every day we discuss about this. Ready to write it. It means you are in a different track. So mention key elements of letter audit. LOE, letter of engagement. Once you are preparing a letter of engagement, what are the key elements? What are the focus areas? Right? So we are discussing recently. Don't worry about this, don't test your knowledge. Why? You are very fresh to audit. These are the things. These things can be right. What is the meaning of sampling gap? Sampling gap. So normally we are doing sample-based auditing. That's why we are not issuing absolute opinion. We base on samples. If there's a sample, definitely there's a portfolio, right? Sample and the portfolio. Sample should represent the portfolio. Otherwise, we have selected the incorrect sample, right? So whatever the given conclusion through the sample should be tallied with the overall portfolio. So that should be a kind of a reflection of the portfolio, right? To do that, we have to select the correct sample. If there's a gap between the results you got from the sample and the portfolio presentation, that is the sampling gap. If you are a good auditor, once you are selecting your sample, you have to do proper sampling selection. Otherwise, your sampling gap may be a significant gap. significant sampling gap will reduce your audit quality. It means you are issuing incorrect audit opinion, right? That's about it. ඒක තමයි lectures series තුනකින් correct පුළුවන්. So here we have a compulsory case study. Answer only 4 questions including question 2. Answer question 4. 4 questions including question 2. Question 2 is compulsory. Right? All the things should be tested. The discussion orders I'm trying to give more than, here 24 marks. Yes, 24 marks. Question 3, that's kind of a bank reconciliation, right? Bank reconciliation, you have to identify what are the, different, areas. Different areas mean doubtful area. Use the bank statement, bank reconciliation. So identify factual concerns and give responses for given bank reconciliation. Do the bank reconciliation. The bank reconciliation can look up to that. That's a presumption, right? So this is a bank reconciliation, right? Bank reconciliation, it's obvious that this is a bank reconciliation. It's obvious that bank charges come from bank reconciliation. Are you agree with me? Bank charges is adjusting item to the true. Make a doubt එකක් තියෙනවා නම් bio කරලා engineering කරලා යන ළමයි සමාන doubt ඇති. ඒකට දුක් වෙන්න එපා. එහෙම ඉන්නවනම් in advance tell me, right? You are coming through kind of a maths background or bio background or whatever the art background, law or something like that, tell me. So you are touching in high level. So please explain us those things. We are not having enough there. They are enough, right? You have a right to say that. You have right to say that. ඒක මට දැන් හරි කියන්න කලින් කරන්නේ. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? එන්ඩේට් එක වෙනකන් සර්ට බැලබැලි නෙවෙයි හිතේ තියාගෙන. ඒක ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ටැබ් එකට බනිනෝ, පික්චර් එකට බනිනෝ, ගෙදර යනවා, ගෙදර ගිහින් අම්මලා තාත්තලා එක්ක බලන්න. ටැබ් එකේ ලෙක්චර් කරන්නේ මේ යා හිතාගෙන අපි තේරුම් එහෙම අපි හරියට කමියුනිකේට් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඔෆිස් එකෙත් එහෙම. වාට ප්‍රොමෝෂන් ඕන නම් කමියුනිකේට් කරන්න. වාට ප්‍රොමෝෂන් ඕන කියන නෙවෙයි. So you have to indicate that you are ready for promotion. Otherwise, so you have to present, you have to raise the question very politely. You have to do proper communication. So as a country, as a leaders, so we are lacking in communication. So අපිට communication understand කරන්නත් බැහැ, communicate කරන්නත් බැහැ. නැත්නම් එහෙම communication speed වෙනවා රටක් දැන් කොහොමද මෙච්චර communication speed කරන්නේ? The politician are playing. They are, that is not actually a communication skill. So whatever the bogus things they are promoting. So those things distributed through their advertising campaign, all the people are getting this rubbish, right? So then we don't know, we can't filter these things anymore. So then improve that skill, communicate it, there's an issue. Communicate that so then we can change our structural things. That became one of the questions, somehow we are not going to validate. That became lamai. ආපු දවස් ඉඳලා වෙන වැඩි. ඒක මාන ට්‍රෙන්ඩ් එකක්. අපි කොහේ ගියත් එතෙන්ට බැලුවට තමයි රටේ ඉන්නවනේ නේද? මේ රටේ ඉන්න හැම බැලුවෙන්නේ ඉන්නේ. මේක නෑ. full suffer වෙනවා. ඒක ඉන්බෝන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. අඬාගෙන තමයි ඉන්නේ දැන්. කියන්නේ ඔයාලා විතරක් නෙමෙයි. How would they? Majority of the people blaming, complaining, so they don't want to enjoy whatever the resources they have. මේ රටේ කොච්චර resources තියෙනවද නේද? This is like a heaven. This is like a heaven with compared to other countries. The resources we have. If you are visiting other countries, or if you are plan to settle down other countries, this is a heaven. Climate and resources and environment. We can we can live uh, 17 to 365 days, right? So the all time you can work. You don't want to we don't have summer winter season. All time. Actually, it's a very lucky country. So that we don't want to stick with jackets and all. We don't to rush about this high temperature. එලින්ම අපිට වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක නිසා තමයි මේ රටවල් developing වෙන්නේ හැමදාම. ඔයාලා දන්නවද ඒක? The countries nearby this equate this. දෙක කියන්නේ සමගිය කියලානේ. equator කියලා මේ කියන්නේ. Nearby Asian countries, they are all time developing countries. But reason, they don't have problem. ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ. ඒකට අපිට ප්‍රශ්න නැද්ද? අපිට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා වගේ මේ හැබැයි ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ. But we can. So we don't have a kind of අපිට ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ. අපිට වෙන ප්‍රශ්න තමයි අපි දාගෙන ඉන්නේ. අපිට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙන්නේ මොනවද? Religious issues, religious concept. So the kind of a conflicts, blaming, criticizing. We are looking at the neighbor's job, the benchmarking through the neighbors. So those are these problems we have. So other countries, developed countries, they don't have much resources. They don't have time actually. They have to work for a limited time. They have 6 months. They have to work for 12 months. So within 6 months, they have limited time. They don't have time to waste to the gossip, right? Study the gossip, right? So we are what we are doing. We have unlimited time. We don't have problems like that. We are wasting our time unlimitedly. Because of that, if we don't have a pressure to work hard, do innovation, to come out of these problems, only we are getting out of that. We had a problem about petrol states and all. We had long queues. We had a solution now, QR code. If we don't have that challenge, we don't have a solution. We don't have a problem, we don't have a solution. Because of that, all time, Asian countries, South Asian countries are developing. People, there's no courage to drive to solve problems. That's a matter. Very less people are reading for degree. Very less people searching knowledge through innovations. Others are trying to waste their time. So then, always do question, always think, and always try to challenge your life, and then you can see a good picture. Then you can write your own story in a very good manner. Add different chapters to your story. While අමාරුවෙන් කරාම ඉතින් result එකයි placing කරන result එක අතර there's a huge gap. You can enjoy your final result if you have done with obstacles, with challenges, right? So then you can draw your story in very good manner. Now, කතාවක් කියන්න මේක අපි කතා කරලා. Right. So this type of questions are there. This is about the kind of a suggestion given by the senior. As a audit manager, can you agree with that? Here what they are asking, so I'm reading here. According to the test, so they have two sections. According to the test results, walkthrough done for all spots of Delta PLC, it was noted that there were inefficiencies in design and implementation effectiveness. But that's not the design and implementation effectiveness of the key controls. Design and implementation here is discussing operation, right? Keep in mind that. Control. Since we have decided not to perform POC test of controls for this financial year, can you agree with that? So that's a question you're asking, right? You will be expert on this recent future. Here we discuss about some of the planning activities, right? All are kind of a very practical questions. Here we are discussing about external return, Retex Oil PLC. Retex operates 12 petrol stations in Colombo, as well as selling gasoline. Each gas station also has a convenience shop and a car wash facility. Each petrol station is responsible for its own inventory procurement, issuance of oil for QR codes, and preparation of monthly management accounts. So then, according to this QR code and those controls, you have to suggest your audit procedures. How we are going to do these audit procedures? How we are going to do analytical procedures, right? Question 7. That's about the university. So the rendering services, how we are going to recognize revenue. Revenue is not there. No, revenue. Not revenue metric. That's about audit opinion and audit conclusion, right? So that's it. Basically target to give short answers for first A section, and we have a compulsory section, compulsory question under section B, question number 2, and parallelly you have to select another basically 4 questions, right? Yes. Answer only 4 questions, including question number 2. Altogether, you are writing 5 questions, right? So that's our target. So I will share these past papers with you all and the model answers ready for that. That's our target. So that's about discussion about the paper. So first day I'm having kind of a plan about the paper, right? So as I discussed, the answer should be very descriptive answer. So the short answer, don't want to get high theoretical definitions to the answer. Right. What else you want to know? Before going to the syllabus content and theories, what do you want to know? Then,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Can you explain about the assess, like not assessment, sorry, assignments? What would be the assignments and how
Good,
you
good.
will plan to test it?
So that's what if you have any doubts about assignment, then group assignment and individual assignment. Yes, we have. So the assignment exactly as I said, I have allocated 40 marks per assignment, right? So the assignments can be divided into three. Assignments can be divided into three types of assignments. One is continuous assignment. That may be in a kind of a assignment mode. I am uploading a small question paper. You are taking kind of a 1 hour or half an hour. You have to write it and upload to the LMS. Continuous assignment, right? Normally, I am doing more than 8, 9, 10 continuous assignments, right? Continuous assignment. Let's say 10. From 10 assignments, I am selecting 5 assignments. You have to score 4 marks. It's a benefit for you all. You can list 5 assignments. So then you have only 5 assignments. I will be those 5 will be selected for the final exam, final marks. If you have done 10, so I do have an option to select most highest marks. Highest 5 marks will be selected for final. Right? For continuous.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So is it would be like live in exam, like online exam?
Some of the
Oh,
things
we can write answer and upload later, or is it we have to like?
actually in the classroom period. So let's say today, let's say before 30 minutes, I'm giving this uploading assignment. You can download it and quickly write it physically. Physically, you have to write, right? In the sense, how about the modular writing, the people who are joining online in the final paper?
It's through online, sir. Online,
Yeah.
we have to open our camera and open the paper through Safe Exam browser, and we
Okay.
have physically answer the write our answer and upload to LMS.
Okay, you have to physically write your answer and upload, right?
Yes.
Right, the same way. So that practice should be there. You have to physically write, right? So that practice can be used for the continuous assignment. I'm uploading the instruction. Download it and physically write. Take a paper and write, scan it and upload. So within
One
that
concern,
time,
small concern only.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
On small concerns, sir, because now there are some students are joining from Gulf countries. They are working on Saturday or Sundays. Therefore, sometimes they may not be able to participate like this 10 what you call 10 exam sessions. Is there any other way to, if possible?
දැන් කොහොමද කරන්නේ? මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක නම් ලොකු අවුලක් නැහැ. කෝපරේට් රිපෝටින් වගේ නම් දෙන්නේ නැහැ ඒක එක්ස්කියුස් එකක්වත්. මේකේ අපි දෙමු chance එක නේද? ඒ දවස් ඇතුළත කරලා අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න වගේ නේ. නැත්නම් ඒ ළමයින්ට එන්න කියන්න ඕන lectures. Otherwise not good no. So we are conducting lectures. At least they have to go through the lecture, and there should be a mechanism. So that at the 11th hour, we can't ready for audit exam, right? So we have to go through the lecture series, and you do kind of effort. Otherwise, it's a waste of paying cash to SAP campus. So ask them to participate lectures. If not, so we are flexible. But within that time, ask to upload that the answer script. ඔයාලට ඉතින් ආන්සර් ස්ක්‍රිප්ට් එක යාළුවගෙන් කොපි කරලා දාන්න පුළුවන් නේද? ඒක ඕන් කරන්න. self discipline is a matter. මම ඒක ගැන මොරි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. physically ලියනවා නම් දැන් මම කියනවා මට කොපි කරන්න පුළුවන්, search කරන්න පුළුවන්, ඕන දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි යාළුවගේ ස්කෑන් කරලා attach කරන්න එපා. එහෙම ක්ලික් වුණොත් ඒක it's not good, right? So be genuine. So then you can learn this subject. So then for that question, actually, it's flexible because for this kind of exemption bachelor, because I know that people who are joining here in different countries, they have some limitations, limitation in the sense, the time limitations, different commitments. So we are flexible. So that if you have such kind of issues, tell me like this. So then we will consider that for the assignment. So the presentation, so I'm always promoting to do physical presentation, but people who are joining abroad, so they can do virtual presentation. Others who are participating physically, have to do physical presentation. So that's the answer for that. And then we have a group assignment. Group assignment. Group assignment may be about audit planning, or key audit matters, or something else. Should have a kind of a industrial audit plan. Select some kind of industry. Let's say you are selecting insurance industry. You have to plan an audit plan, right? So whatever the areas we are discussing under planning and risk assessment, may help you to develop that report, right? And the key thing is, it should be a group assignment. All the members should participate for the assignment, right? Contribution should be there. So the economic with the assignment in Galle one department. That is not the case. So I know that different groups are there. In a group, there may be a very competent person. Competent, no, they have much time and they are very familiar with this report writing. So then that person can finish the whole assignment without getting any support from others. So that is not a group assignment, right? Group assignment we are promoting, right? You have to get contribution from all the members, right? All the members' contribution should be there. That one individual can present a perfect report after getting all the members' contribution, that quality may be decreased. But that is the requirement. Why? So we want to see a kind of a group outcome. Why I'm saying like that? So today you are learning, right? Today you are getting extension and reading for degree. Have a fast qualification as well. So end of the day, you will be a CFO or CEO in a company. CFO or CEO in a company means you have very limited time, right? So the work at the current, or thani medical thani iwara wenna. Because you may be a team leader, project manager, right? If it is so, you are responsible for team. So then you should know the art of getting outcome from a team. It's a different thing. So the quality, you have to get your quality from the team members. So you have to lead a team. You should know the art of getting things done from a team members. So that's a different activity. So managing a team is really difficult. Different people, different arguments. So we have to give, we have to have proper dialogue, proper planning, and then so we have to get the outcome. So that should be there. So we have to have kind of a synergy impact through group assignment. Synergy impact. And 1 plus 1 not equal to 2. It may be more than 3. So we need that synergy effect. So because you are getting ready for being a CFO. CFO means ඔයා හැම දෙයක්ම කරන්න යනවා. Payment box එකේ ඉඳලා මොනවා ඉෂු කරනවද? CFO නා. ඔයා එහෙම කෙනෙක් නම් ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයා group එකේ තනියම group assignment එක කෙනෙක් කරන්න one CFO role එක කරන්න බෑ. Maybe the first class leader, maybe a batch top, but you can't be a CFO. Why? You have to manage people. You have to delegate authority to people. You have to have a control. And then you have to follow up. You have to encourage them. So that encourage them. It's really difficult. So the dealing with university students different, same capacity. Really difficult. අපි යට පැහැදිලි දෙන්න ඕන. එයා කියන දේ අහන්න ඕන නේද? ආගෙත් ideas ගන්න ඕන. ඒකට ideas ගන්නකොට ආගෙත් ideas ගන්න පුළුවන් report එකට මේ. So then we have to evaluate ideas. And we have to get your proper idea. Main idea එක මෙතෙන් කරන්නේ ඇයි? අපි කතා කරන්නේ. දැන් වාගේ report එකට එක්කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා group එකේ photo එකක් ඉස්සරහට දාන්න ඕන. Is that a good suggestion? No. At all, right? It's not a professional report. So then explain in you, we are doing kind of a professional report. We don't want to put a photograph of the, the group members in the first page, right? Come on. You can explain to him. So then he will understand. They are telling report, they are photograph, develop people through group assignment. Deliver your quality to your colleagues. So that's the main focus of a group assignment. Another thing is, once you are reporting, the report may be very minimal pages, let's say 3-4 pages. Your analysis and everything should be annexes. It's a very short report, and we don't have any PowerPoint presentation. You have to just present the report. Open the report and present. You don't have PowerPoint presentation. Why? Once you are going to audit committee, you don't have any PowerPoint presentations. You have to open the report, highlight the report areas. Otherwise, PowerPoint report, audit committee is actually can do. And our reporting identity around the order than then again present. So PowerPoint presentation solely depends on the PowerPoint. Presentation is not the PowerPoint. Presentation is a 5% is the PowerPoint. We don't want that. If you are a good presenter, we don't want PowerPoint. Right? PowerPoint don't have it. PowerPoint has no presentation. So that's about group assignment and the presentation. Right? So once you are doing the presentation, it's kind of a good presentation. So I'm asking questions, you have to give answers. All the members should be very, the familiar with the content. So that's the expectation, right? And once you are presenting, you have to adhere with the basic presentation guidelines. So that you have to be a good presenter. You have your attire, voice, and eye contacts, props. If you are using your, the screen, whiteboard, you can use anything. You have to do a proper, the presentation. Presentation in the sense is the part of different, the element. Stage movements, vocal variation should be there. The online presentation can be when I screen open, if I present, not there. You have to practice. So don't read the script, right? It should be a very practical presentation. Script එක ලියාගෙන කොලයක් පාඩම් කරගෙන ඉන්න එපා. කොලේ මෙතෙන්ට ඇවිල්ලා group members නේ හිට ගන්නවා. කොලේ open කරගෙන උඩි කරගෙන තමයි එන්නේ. So then once you are coming to this stage, we don't know what's the part our colleagues presenting. So that we don't know whether he's going to hand over to me, right? We just thinking about the part I'm going to do. So the group members, at least group members, just consider about the contents our people are delivering. So that is not been the presentation. So we have a concern about, if you are the group members, concerned about the person who are delivering the presentation now. And if there's a kind of a, the question, if there's a kind of, the difficulty to present, help will you to your colleague. But how that was the what are the if you are a good presenter, you can do that. Ready to that level, right? Or finance team with the committee. So you are the finance executive. Some question, CFO may be stuck. So you have to open your voice and raise your hand and you answer. For that, you have to ready. You have to listen to your presentation. It's a practice, right? You have to go to that level. So that's about group assignment. And always I'm trying to do kind of individual assignment. Individual assignment. So that may be depend on the time. This individual assignment is kind of a it's kind of a chat with the lecture. What do you get a face-to-face discussion? You are asking question, I'm asking question about one area. Right? So we are planning this at the end of the lecture series. The group assignment planning early lecture series. This one, after completing all the areas, we have face-to-face to chat with the lecture about one of the selected area. At that time, point out topic what is the name of so that's a kind of a individual assignment I have planned. So I have done that for many classes. That's really effective. Why? So that we can our lecture series at moment but virtual party and product it's really difficult to understand who they are. So the people who are in physically can understand who you are, where you are, what you are doing. Right? I can scan people, right? So the audit read the what I experienced in that is that's okay. So then this is the process. I have a plan for the lecture series, assignment series, right? So I hope that end of the day you may get a good outcome about the subject, about the these skills and value of knowledge. So these are the basic plan. So I hope that I have given the proper answer for assignment, right? Anything else?
One request, sir, is it possible to communicate SAB team to adjust the camera, because now we are seeing like in the side of the board, but if they can adjust into the front of the board, then it would be easy for us to because if you write something on the whiteboard, then we'll unable to see.
How about this way?
This would be okay, sir, but we are not clearly see like small letters we cannot see.
We'll arrange that. We'll arrange this whiteboard and all from next lecture onwards. Definitely, we'll arrange that. Don't worry about that. Today I didn't do much writing. My writing is not clear, but you can see what it is. It will be helpful. Yes, you should know what I'm writing here. Okay, then. So we'll focus about that. The next
Thank you,
I will focus about this whiteboard and we'll share that to you all. Right?
Okay, thanks.
Right. Difficulty, anything you want to add? I hope that you have a good platform, good background to start the audit and assurance. You know what it is, paper and assignment structure and the subject topics, and hope that we have a good start. So we can continue same, right? And then now we can start what? First, time is over. Have 10 minutes, no? 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, we can do miracles. So here we have assurance engagement, right? Definition. I have already discussed. They are not giving any absolute opinion, right? They are giving high level assurance and low level assurance. 100% opinion we are not, right? And engagement, assurance engagement is the practitioner express a conclusion designed to enhance the degree of confidence of intended user other than the responsible party about the outcome of the relation or measurement of subject matter. It's a basic definition. You can have kind of a understanding about these keywords and then develop a definition. Practitioner and then intended user, the stakeholders, responsible party, management, subject matter, finances, right? Like I said, so these are the elements of a assurance engagement. Elements of assurance engagement, right? Element of assurance engagement. Tri-party relationship, subject matter, suitable criteria, evidence, the risk report. So that if we are getting as example, the statutory audit report, audit management, auditor management stakeholders, set of financial statement, reporting paper, sufficient and appropriate audit evidence, statutory audit report, right? So these are the tri-party relationship. So because of this tri-party relationship, we have to have accountability, agency relationship, stepwardship. So we have that within this arrangement. Right. So these are the things we discussed. That's why I open this and show you those things we already discussed. Secondly, presentation and payment. That's all presentation and how to presentation presentation over there. Right? Don't worry about the presentation, the content, the real value. Right? What we discussed today was audit, then assurance, difference between audit and assurance. We discussed audit also assurance. What is a part of assurance? Assurance is the wide concept, audit is a small concept. But in assurance, the majority is auditing. So that's what we are focusing about auditing. Then next we are learning about assurance engagement, other assurance, right? So that's the first thing we learn. In a audit process, assurance process, right? We are not issuing absolute opinion. We are issuing assurance opinion. Assurance opinion may be assurance result, assurance report, right? Assurance may be, limited assurance or high level assurance. Right? And then assurance process, audit process can be divided into 3 areas. Is planning and risk assessment, execution and conclusion. Right? And then we discussed about basic concept about auditing, control, right? Meaning of control. Why we are using controls, right? Once we are implementing a control, what are the 3 stages? Design, implementation, and operation. And then, what else we learned today? Basic elements or component of assurance engagement. Tri-party relationship, subject matter, evidence, audit report, and then criteria range. Okay. So those are the things we discussed today. I hope that you have a good background, good foundation to start the auditing language, right? And we had a detailed discussion about the paper and then the assignment, and you have that good, the start for the assurance. I always request to focus about the real value. think about where you are. Actually, what we are doing, right? That's really important. So within short lifespan, each and every day we have to enjoy. So once you're going to sleep, you have to finish your work. ඊට පස්සේ දාලා නැගිටින්න ඉන්න. උදා plan කරලින් දාගෙන රටන්න එපා. ඒක දුක් වෙන point එක. Each and every day learn to enjoy. පදයක් විදිහට එන්න එපා. පොඩි පදයක් නම් වෙන්න එන්න එපා please. සතුටෙන් වෙන්න එකේ. මොකද lecture සතුටෙන් තමයි කරන්නේ. So they enjoy the lecture. Right? Think about yourself. Identify you. Do your things for the happiness. එයා කරනවන කරන්න එපා. වාගේ relation degree එකක් කරන්න එපා. Do your things for your betterment. Enjoy yourself. So I recently met my one of a senior lecturer. So he's a kind of a lecturer for all commerce management sector in the country. Professor Kennedy. So he's a pioneer of this degree as well. Walter Hambe. Kennedy sir kiwa recently, recently, not recently. So he shared one experience with us. Yeah, PhD training in other country. Actually, it was happened 5-3 years back. Actually, he went to a Europe country. So there was a kind of a very expert audience. People who are doing PhD meet, so they have kind of a very good experience and caliber. So the people are very competent people are there from different countries in the world. Worldwide people are there. So then from South Asia, Europe, and other region, Africa, all are there. Around more than 80 crowd. So they were asked to do kind of a very small thing. So they were given kind of a open paper and they wanted to draw a kind of a picture by using pencil, right? They were asked to draw a picture of a scenery in a beach. So draw a scenery in a beach. So then, what are the mukadda matak වෙන්නේ? අඳින්නේ. අඳින්න මතක් වෙනවනේ නේද? සර් අඳින්න. සර් දැන් හිතුවලු. සර් දැන් ඔන්න අඳිනවා. They have given around 30 minutes. 30 minutes or 30 minutes. So then on the South Asia, then Kati Ekadawan in Indian, Pakistan, and then Sri Lanka. Yeah, like a Galle. They are like Italy. Pakistan, the Serut, and the Serbian Tower. Tayalu, they put it there. They are then Italy, one of them was the beach. Either by the Hunter, boat pick up the last one. It was a common again. Another Malban at the end of the photo in the Malban. The fishing, we can do fishing and manual fishing, right? So we can put nets and all. We can use machines, but the natural things we can take it to the beach and all. So then, upstairs, getting good picture. Paper pyramid, and then you were right. But then, I take compare the South Asian region, India, horizon India, horizon boat take up cannot chip up cannot right. So the value and it countries the country at the end. So the Europe region making up we get Europe, Delhi, UK country, and the end. එයා තනිකර එයා බීච් එකේ සන්බාත් කරනවා. සන්ග්ලාස් එකක් එක්ක ස්විමින් කිට් එකක් එක්ක එයා සන්බාත් කරනවා. තමයි ඇඳලා තියෙන්නේ. නිකන් බීච් එක තියෙනවා පොඩ්ඩක්. එහෙම තියනවා මේ just waves තියනවා. And then this sunbathing. Right? Whole picture is there. USA කියන ඇඳලා තියෙන්නේ එයා ඇතුළේ වයිෆුයි බීච් එකේ බිම බලාගෙන ඇවිදගෙන යනවා. එයා ඇතුළේ වයිෆුයි full බීච් එකේ ඉන්නේ අය වයිෆුයි. බිම බලාගෙන ඇවිදගෙන යනවා. ඉර පොඩ්ඩක් අයිඩෙන් තියනවා. ඒකට අපිට මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ නේද? අපේ පික්චර් එකේ අපි නෑ. So that is the core concept. We are not in our picture. We are drawing a picture. We are trying to drawing a picture, putting everything to that picture. Every aspect we are trying to put in. We are trying to catch everything. Everything in the social media, everything in the YouTube, everything we want to grab. We don't have time. So we are not searching us. We are in our picture. You are drawing a picture to someone else. Others' picture you are trying to draw in. You don't know who you are. In your picture, you don't there. Your parents not there in your picture. In your picture, your better half not there. You are drawing something else. A picture your parents have made. So think about it. Think about who you are. Do whatever you want. Whether you are getting real outcome, enjoy that outcome, right? Respect, love and respect whatever you do. That thought process, ending first day, we will start with another lecture next week. Thanks. People who are joining virtually, thanks for joining. So the convey whatever the things I discussed today to your colleagues, and we'll meet up with another lecture. Thanks.